Hello boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the Brazilian Grand Prix here at the Interlagos circuit. We have a very interesting qualifying session for you today as it is raining. Throughout qualifying, the race is predicted to be dry for Sunday, so we shall see what happens. Interlagos, I believe in Portuguese, means between the lakes as well, so there's probably going to be a few lakes on the track as well. So, what do we have here? We have Fisichella, former race winner. Mazzacane, former race winner. Takagi, former race winner. Alonso has not won this season. Schumacher is a former race winner. Lazy is a former race winner. We've got 5 race winners in the top 6 at the moment. Alonso is spoiling that streak at the moment. Fisichella's already done 9 laps. Scored a lot of laps. Apparently, it's predicted to be monsoon on this screen. The track temperature's gone down about 5 degrees. Mazzacane on pole at the moment. Who's just gone up? Raikkonen's just gone up there. Fisichella's doing his final lap already. It's 30 minutes left to go. Unbelievable! Ralf Schumacher's on his final lap. He has improved his lap time but not improved his position. He is still in 6th place. And I don't think there's going to be much changes left in the pecking order. Mazzacane's improved. And there's 15 minutes left to go in the session. Thank you for telling me that, commentator. I could do that myself. Ralf Schumacher's up in the 7th place. He's been nowhere all session. He's managed to put himself up to... Oh, De La Rosa's lost his front wing. He's had to go back into the pits before doing another lap. He can do another lap now because he can still do 12 laps. Diniz has also only done 9 laps. So they're both going to come out. I don't think they are, no. So it's going to be Gaston Mazzacane, pole position, Fisichella 2nd, Raikkonen 3rd, Alonso 4th, Takagi 5th, Ralf Schumacher 6th, Frentzen 7th, 38th, De La Rosa 9th, Lazy 10th, Diniz 11th, Young 12th, Webber 13th, Coulthard 14th, Montoya 15th, Schumacher 16th, Hakkinen 17th, Hill 18th, Button 19th, someone 20th, Hakkinen probably. Hakkinen's probably 20th, I don't know, I didn't see. It might be... Was there Coulthard in that? Look, we'll see when they go off the start grid. As you can see, it's a very, very dry Interlagos circuit. We shall see how many of these are on a wet setup. We are on the starters orders here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. They're waiting for the 5 lights to go! It's an alright start for Mazzacane. He's managed to get a car's length ahead. Fisichella dives down the inside, down the centre S. Raikkonen looks like he's going to keep hold of 3rd place. It's all pretty much stayed as it is between the top 7. Mazzacane leads, Fisichella 2nd, Raikkonen 3rd, Alonso 4th, Takagi 5th, Ralf Schumacher, the last race winner, 6th, Frentzen 7th. And then we have Bertie in 8th in front of his former Jaguar teammates, De La Rosa, Coulthard, Lazy 11th. Diniz 12th, he's dropped down the position. Michael Schumacher 13th, Young 14th. Hill's up into 15th from 18th place. 16th is Montoya, 17th Webber, 18th Barrichello, 19th Hakkinen and 20th Button. I told you! So, back on board with Mazzacane. Fisichella had a little go. Oh, looks like that's a Toyota with Alonso having a go at Raikkonen. Is they going... Raikkonen has kept hold of 3rd position. Good racing between the two. But that's a little bit of contact. It's a little bit of naughty there by Alonso trying to keep in front of Takagi. Fisichella 2nd in the Renault. At the moment looking a little bit more racier than Mazzacane as they go around the very complex sector of the circuit. Now down towards the final sector. Heavy braking up the long straight towards the pits. Raikkonen 3rd in the Sauber. They did a 125, which is exactly the same lap time as they did in a wet. Center S, turns 1, 2, 3, turn 3, all flat. Down towards the straight. There is the pit exit. It's a very awkward pit exit because you come out. Top 7 looks like they're pulling away significantly from 8th place Bertie. Qualified in 9th in the McLaren. 10th is Della Rosa. 11th for Lazy. 12th Diniz. Diniz has dropped a position. Michael Schumacher 13th in the Ferrari. 14th is Young. 15th Hill. 16th Hakkinen. Hakkinen looking around the outside. Montoya's in 17th place in the Toyota. 18th place Webber, who got 2nd in America. As we're back on board with our race leader Gaston Mazzacane. Up towards the start finish line now. Starting lap 3. Top 7 all separated by 3.2 seconds. Coulthard up into 8th. Bertie has been overtaken. There's a top 7 all on the same part of track. You saw them all just down through turn 4. Fisichella still cannot make any headway in passing Mazzacane at the moment. Up through turn 6. Fisichella's gone down the inside and he's taken the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Raikkonen goes wide slightly. Going down the inside of Mazzacane. Is he going to make the move, stick around the outside of turn 8? That's going to be a fantastic move. He's kept hold of it. He's managed to climb up into 2nd place. Mazzacane loses 2 positions in the space of 3 corners. That's a fantastic move there from Raikkonen. Round the outside. And now he's coming after Fisichella. Already on the back of Fisichella pretty much. Accelerated up the hill. Looking behind. Coulthard looks like he's about to join the back of this group. Alonso's in 4th in the Toyota. He's catching slowly to Mazzacane. They've already pulled away significantly. Alonso's just gone straight through Mazzacane. Mazzacane's lost 3 positions. What has happened to the Argentine? He looked to be in control of this race, and then just in a matter of not even a lap, he has lost 3 positions to Fisichella, Raikkonen and Alonso. Unbelievable. Round turn 5. Raikkonen eyeing up the Renault of Giancarlo Fisichella and got down the inside. Raikkonen takes the lead at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Is Alonso going to take advantage of that? No, he isn't. He's not going to do what Raikkonen did. The top 5 all separated by a matter of car lengths here. But Raikkonen leads the Brazilian Grand Prix. Fisichella is in 2nd place. Alonso 3rd. Down the bottom of the track now. Up through the straight. Mazzacane still in 4th place. The 2 arrows are quite close, and that's Coulthard as well, right in the back of shot. Pretty much you'll see 8 cars on the same bill of straight. Raikkonen with a significant lead at the moment of 6/10. He's done a 1:19.1, fastest lap so far. Fisichella 2nd place in the Renault. 3rd Alonso. 4th is Takagi. 5th Mazzacane. He's been overtaken by Takagi. Ralf Schumacher is pretty much in no man's land. Frentzen, Coulthard, these are all 5 seconds ahead of Della Rosa in 9th. Bertie's in 10th. A lazy 11th. A lot of split strategies going on here. Michael Schumacher 12th. And Pedro Diniz is in 13th place. Hakkinen 14th. He's climbed quite a few positions. Young 15th. Webber 16th. Hill 17th. Yeah, Montoya in 18th. Button in 19th. And Barrichello quite the ways away in his home Grand Prix. And had not so much good luck here. back on board with Giancarlo Fisichella in the Renault. Putting pressure on Kimi Räikkönen up the hill towards the final corner. There's the final corner. Completely fine. Round the first corner. Takagi with the fastest lap of the race. Interesting. Down the straight towards turns 5. 4. Turn 4. Turn 5 here, down uphill towards turn 6. We're on board with Takagi for this lap, you'd assume. Nope, towards turn 6 now, the complex at turn 7, 8 and 9. Bunch of hairpins these are, or gear 1. Mazzacane still dropping. There's turn 8. And sweep around till turn 9. Another slow corner. Very hard to set up the car here. Turn 10. Easily flat with a little lift. Then down towards turn 11. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name. And up the hill through turn 12 and 13. Not going to be quite turn 13 because Takagi is going into the pits. Quite a long pit lane here in Brazil. Completely towards the left of the track. Minardi is pretty much down the bottom. It's Ferrari that's at the very bottom. Up on the jacks. Already down to 13th. This will give a good indication about where these drivers will drop out. Takagi away. And he can release the pit limiter. And I think he's going to be behind Häkkinen, I'd have thought. Häkkinen is there. And is going to be just in front of his teammate. He's already having to defend the line from his teammate. But he's completely fine. Räikkönen leading, not for very much longer though. Toyota are ready as well for Alonso, so 2 of the top 3 are pitting this lap. Round towards the final corner, they are both peeling off to the right. Fisichella will take hold of the lead. He won here, I believe. And he came very close to winning here as well. So the top 4 right. Frenzen's overtook Schumacher. Now it's going to be a battle between the pit crew. Sauber and Toyota right next to each other. Don't need to be phased. Don't need to look. Duff goes to Jack to the Sauber. Out goes the fuel hose. Alonso's fuel hose has just been taken out and he's not been able to leave the pits. Now where's is that little train of... There, they've just gone past the top finish line. Webber, Takagi, Young. And I think they're going to be ahead of them. Häkkinen's also part of that. Yes. Well, Räikkönen's definitely ahead of them. Alonso only just. Again, that gives a good indication about where they might end up. It's going to be quite a hard race now for them to get anything back. But at least they're not in the same position as Takagi. Coulthard 5th. Ralf Schumacher 4th. Maybe being held up slightly by Mazzacane. 4 seconds is the gap between Fisichella and Ralf Schumacher. Ralf Schumacher? Mazzacane. Right, this is Mazzacane's pretty much home Grand Prix. The closest country to Argentina. Ralf Schumacher back up into 3rd. Frentzen is losing quite a lot of time because Frentzen has dived into the pits. Ralf Schumacher round turn 3. Frentzen dives into the pits. De La Rosa's 13 seconds back from these. Mazzacane 2nd in the BAR. 1st still Fisichella in the Renault. Running up 9 of 26. Still got 17 more laps to go. Round the hairpin complex sector. down towards the final sector here. It's quite big of a gap. There's 15 seconds between the Arrows and De La Rosa. Not sure where Frenson's come out because we've been on board with Ralf Schumacher this entire lap. Still none of these pits. You'd assume they'd go to around lap 10, lap 11. Ralf Schumacher with the fastest lap, 1:18.3. There is De La Rosa in 4th, Bertie 5th. Schumacher is in 6th place at the moment, a lazy 7th. Diniz is in 8th. Kimi Räikkönen 9th. Frenson, you'd assume, is in 10th. No, Frenson's not in 10th. Alonso Hakkinen. Where's Frenson? Frenson is behind Hakkinen in 12th place. There is the German. Webber 13th, Takagi 14th. 15th Montoya, 16th Young, 17th Coulthard, Hill 18th, Button 19th, Barrichello still dropping. Someone is going into the pits. It's going to be all of the top 3 drivers. All going into the pits. Fisichella, Mazzacane and Ralf Schumacher. 3 race winners this season. We'd assume that Fisichella is prime favourite. Bertie gains 4th position. He's going to take the lead of this race. You'd have thought. Ralf Schumacher's taking the lead by virtue of his pit box is further down. Fisichella is away. So is Mazzacane. Out goes the fuel hose, out goes Ralf Schumacher. Is he going to be behind Raikkonen, is Ralf Schumacher? Away, Renson's passed. Out he goes. Where's Raikkonen? There's Raikkonen. So, if I get my bearings, Fisichella from the leaders is Fisichella, Mazzacane, Raikkonen. Yeah. So De La Rosa's in the lead. He's managed to overtake Bertie at some point. Michael Schumacher's in 3rd. So these are all the one-stoppers. How much can they gain here while the 2 stoppers are racing? Up the hill goes De La Rosa, leading in the Jaguar. They've had a torrid season so far, have the Jaguar team. They've not really done much, especially De La Rosa. De La Rosa not been anywhere this season. He scored points for the first time last race, but they're only a couple. Nowhere near what he needs to do to win a 2nd title. No driver has won 2 titles. Jaguar have won 2 constructors titles. Michael Schumacher dives down inside of Bertie. That was a little bit reckless. That was very opportunistic by Schumacher, and that is never going to work in a month of Sundays. Up the hill. Round Bertie. 2nd place. Still following De La Rosa. Down towards through the 2nd sector, through the hairpins. Again, this is a very difficult track to set up the car for, because do you want to be quick on the straights but be poor in the 2nd sector, or do you want to set up for the 2nd sector but then be slow on the straights? Usually with these cars you want to favour straight line speed because there's not a huge amount of downforce to begin with. Like, there is a lot of downforce but not huge amounts through the centre S. Even this corner is pretty difficult. If you can get a good exit off of this corner, if you've got a good straight line speed, you should be able to do something with it. Hakkinen's passed Frenton at some point, I saw on the classification. We're on lap 13, we're halfway through the race. That means we have half of the race to go. Genius. Schumacher following Bertie at the moment. It's the Jaguar. We're on board with the Jaguar of Della Rosa. Bertie in between the Jaguar and the Ferrari. We've got Diniz behind the Ferrari. That is the Renault of Alesi. There's a top 5 at the moment. Barrichello's really poor, isn't he? Bertie dives down the inside. He's full better of it. Bunch of cars ready in the pits. Jaguar, Ferrari, both ready in the pits. Going to be 4. The 2 of the 3 race leaders. Sauber in the pits. That's going to be for Webber. Raikkonen's already made a pit stop today. He's obviously going to have to make another one. We're on board with Della Rosa. Is going to fuel for quite a long time. He had a full fuel till the end. Häkkönen's passed Frentzen and Ralf Schumacher. Frentzen's passed Ralf Schumacher as well. Takagi's passed as well. Montoya. Full tyres have been changed. He's still fueling that Della Rosa car up. Away he goes. 12.5 seconds. He's ahead of the Ferrari. There he goes. It's pretty much 80 kilometers an hour all the way down the pit lane. Coulthard, Young, Alonso. Alonso's not gone anywhere. Montoya, there's the 2 arrows fighting. Oh no, it's not. It's Takagi and Ralf Schumacher fighting. Ralf Schumacher loses his position to Takagi. You'd have thought that though, because Takagi's on a different strategy. Häkkönen is in 7th. He's not pitted yet, so he's going to be significantly lighter. Mazzacane 6th. Raikkonen is in 5th place for the Sauber. 4th place, Fisichella. McLaren already in the pit. Alesi 3rd. Top driver's not pitting yet. Still Diniz 2nd. It's still Bertie leading the race for the BAR team. Bertie leads. Takagi with the fastest lap of the race. He managed to overtake and done the fastest lap of the race. Round towards the 2nd sector. You'd assume that a lot of these will be pitting on this lap. You'd have thought it would be the idealish time. Round the 3rd hairpin. Down towards the final sector, and as predicted, they're both going into the pits. Is Alesi pitting as well? Alesi is not pitting. He's gone for another lap. That could be crucial. Alesi going for another lap. So both Bertie, Diniz, pit. Who is that? That's the Renault Fisichella. So Renault 1-2 at the moment. Raikkonen's gone past. Mazzacane, Frentzen, Ralf Schumacher will go past. So Alonso. Bertie is away. Della Rosa is away. That is Coulthard. So they're going to be 11th and 12th. There's not even a car coming. That's one of the cars. I think that's presumably is Della Rosa. You'd have thought it'd be Della Rosa. Coulthard 10th, Young 9th. Alonso putting pressure on Ralf Schumacher, who's actually been relatively slow in this stint. He's dropping quite a lot. Frentzen 6th, Takagi 5th. Alesi is finally going to be pitting. Mazzacane 4th. Raikkonen's in 3rd. Fisichella being put under pressure by the Sauber. Up the hill towards the stop finish line. There is Alesi Diving into the pit you just saw on your screen. Raikkonen's fastest lap is going to be putting lots of pressure on Fisichella. Down the second straight. Turn 4, turn 5 now. Raikkonen getting closer, closer, closer. Is Fisichella going to leave the door open? He did. But Raikkonen was not brave enough on the braking. He's going to act in the dummy. No, he isn't. He had a little squirm there. The rear of the car just... he couldn't get it. Round the... one of the final sectors. Down towards... Sauber ready, so Raikkonen going to dive into the pit lane. And Toyota as well, so Alonso into the pits as well this lap. So Raikkonen dives into the left for the pits. It's probably one of the most surreal pit lanes. It's not really a straight. Frentzen with the fastest lap, interesting. There is Frentzen, he's behind Mazzacane, he's in the 179. Someone else is ready in the pits, I couldn't quite tell who it was. Round to the second sector. Going up the hill to Kagifert. Alonso falling down the field because he is just pitted. We're on board with Frentzen as he has just overtaken Mazzacane. Mazzacane losing position to Heinz-Harald Frentzen. We've got 8 laps to go here in the Brazilian Grand Prix. 4th gear, 5th gear, round down towards... I want to say Juncal. I'm probably butchered that up. Slightly. Mazzacane, Frentzen second for the arrows. Hope to make it doubly good arrows. Frentzen retired from the last race. Paved the way for Ralf Schumacher to win. Mr. Keller leading for the Renault. He's got a 4.5 second lead over the German of Frentzen. Mazzacane. I think Mazzacane was one of the first to pit out of the top 7. Ralf Schumacher's fallen 7 seconds behind these lots. It's a significant gap. Lazy's in 6th, Bertie 5th. And that is Mark Webber. He is... I don't even know where that is. That is between turns 10 and 11. Webber out. This is where Barrichello was. Hill, Hakkinen and Coulthard fighting. Montoya, Alonso, Button. 2 teams ready to go into the pits. Mazzacane staying out for another lap. Bertie 5th. That's going to be the key to Bertie. And that's a Ferrari going into the pits as well. Fisichella, race leader, in the pits. Mazzacane taking the lead, of course. Frentzen second. Has gone into the pits as well. Into the pit box goes Renault of Fisichella. In front of him is the arrows. And away goes Fisichella. It's a quick stop. He's going to be well ahead of Bertie. There's the Ferrari going out. To presume the arrows will come out as well. Frentzen 3.5 seconds. And away goes Fisichella. He's in 3rd place here. And Arrows is in 4th. Ralf Schumacher is a 7-second gap to Mazzacane. Ralf Schumacher will take over the race lead because Mazzacane will pit. BAR ready to go into the pits. Up the hill towards the pit lane goes Matsukane around turn 12. They'll bypass turn 13 in the pit lane. So Ralf Schumacher will take over the race lead here. But of course Ralf Schumacher still has to pit. You'd have thought. Change of all full tyres for Matsukane. But not a lot of... And away he goes. Is he going to be ahead of Fisichella? I doubt it. Yep, Fisichella's just gone through. Will he be in front of Frentzen though is the question. You'd have again fought it with the gap on the live. Yes, Matsukane third. We're interested to see what the gap is between. There is the rest of the field. A lazy Bertie. Question is, can they catch these lots before the end of the race? Ralf Schumacher leads, Fisichella second, Matsukane third, Frentzen fourth. That is your top four. There's a 15-second gap. But Ralf Schumacher into the pits. He's going to have to have a fantastic in-lap to salvage anything you'd have thought. He might even be outside the points because that's quite a big train behind be lazy. Into the pit.
Schumacher, the race leader, is entering
that
the pits now.
Someone, oh, that would be in the infield. So down the pit lane is put again. He's one of the last drivers to pit. He was one of the last drivers to pit in Canada, which worked out well for him. It's not going to work out well for him here though, because past goes Fisichella into the lead. Matsukane into second, Frentzen third. Lazy is going to be fourth. You'd have thought, yes. This Dinner is going to be ahead. Bertie's also gone past as well. There's Bertie. Oh, where is a lazy? There's a lazy. It is Dinner's as well. So 7th place for the Arrows, which is still 2 points at the moment. However, he's going to be in a much quicker car. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the final 5 laps. I presume he's going to be the final pit stopper though. A lazy 5th, Bertie 4th, Frentzen 3rd. Putting pressure on the Argentine of Gaston Matsukane, the championship leader. And that is the only retirement, Mark Webber. The classification at the moment. Fisichella leads, Matsukane second, Frentzen third. And then there's a little bit of a gap to Bertie fourth, for Lazy fifth, Dinner sixth, Ralf Schumacher seventh, Raikkonen eighth. And then there's another huge gap to De La Rosa 9th, Michael Schumacher 10th, Takagi 11th, Alonso 12th. And then another huge gap to Montoya 13th, Young 14th, Courvois 15th, Hakkinen 16th. Courvois just overtaken Young for 14th. Not going to really do much though. They're not scoring any points. A lazy looking inside of Bertie. As predicted, Ralf Schumacher has caught the back of these. The yellow flag, and that is Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Matsukane getting into a little bit of trouble there. Well, I'd wonder what happened there. So Frentzen's gone up into second. Here we go. So that we're up to turn 6. Frentzen down the inside of Matsukane. He had a little bit of a touch there. Is he going to go down the inside of turn 7? Yes, he is. And I think that might be Frentzen's fault. He closed the door slightly on Matsukane. Matsukane not really having much patience there. He's lucky to even have a front wing still. And that's made the race a lot more interesting. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th are all right next to each other. Fisichella 9-second lead now. But I think more importantly for Frentzen's point of view, he's actually overtaken Mazzacane for second place. Mazzacane for, I think, the spectator's point of view for the championship, down a position, down 2 points now. Through the pitch straight towards starting lap 24 of 26. 3 laps to go for these drivers. Don't know if that was the Sauber in front of the Arrows. I'm not too sure. Well, no, the Sauber is still behind. It's this all line astern pretty much. Not really making any progress of any of these drivers. There is your race leader though, Giancarlo Fisichella. Should have really won a couple of seasons ago. I think he won. He might have won last season, I want to say. He's definitely won here before, has Fisichella. I'm not too sure when though. For instance, second in the Arrows. Third place is Mazzacane. Fourth is Bertie, so the two BARs are third and fourth. That will increase their championship lead in the Constructors' Unit to fourth. A lazy fifth, so two Renaults, two BARs, two Arrows, a Sauber and a Jaguar. See, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the standings up, because that is important for the end of the race. Because I blabber on about the standings, and you'd have already seen the standings, so there's no point in me blabbering on about the standings. Not today. We're going to get the standings up already, and we're going to tell you live what the standings are going to be like. But at the moment, Mazzacane has a 13-point lead. Mazzacane is going down the inside of Heinz-Harald Frentzen. Is Mazzacane going to make a move on Heinz-Harald Frentzen? Yes, he is. Is he going to take him out? No, he isn't. Mazzacane is up into second place again. That's going to put him on 42 points. It's going to put Fisichella on 31 points. So the gap's going to go down to 11 points. Lazy third, he's going to score points as well. Dennis fourth, he's going to score points. Frentzen fifth, he's going to score points. Takagi's not going to score points. Webb's not going to score points. Schumacher's not going to score points. Bertie is going to score points. He's going to score fourth place at the moment. Ralf Schumacher is going to score points. Alonso no, Button no, De La Rosa no. Raikkonen's going to score points. John no. Montoya no. Hill no. Hakkinen no. Coulthard no. Barrichello no. Who is even leading? It is BAR leading. BAR is going to probably, I don't know actually. I'm not going to extend the lead. They're going to actually reduce the lead. Have a reduced lead. Arrow's going to extend their third place lead. Jaguar going to stay fourth. Nardi stay. Oh, actually, I don't know. The Raikkonen would have to overtake someone to overtake Minardi, because they're both on 18 points. Ferrari going to stay. Toyota stay. Jordan stay. McLaren stay. There we are. But we are getting distracted. This is the final lap of the race. Mazzacane looks like he's going to hold on to second place. As we are on board with Giancarlo Fisichella. Ran the final corner for the Italian. He has not put a foot wrong. All race has the Renault. And Giancarlo Fisichella becomes our first repeat winner. He wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Mazzacane is going to come home to finish second. And Frentzen will finish in third. For Arrow's third podium of the season. Oh, Ralf Schumacher finishes in front of Diniz. I think Fisichella finished in front of De La Rosa, Bertie. So that's going to further increase the lead of Renault. But we're on board with our race winner, who, like I said, has not put a foot wrong all race. He has pretty much controlled it right from the start. You can't really fault his drive. Easily, I reckon, his driver of the day, Fisichella. He's been superb all race. Two-stop and worked for quite a lot of the drivers. First one-stopper was fourth. But your race winner for the Brazilian Grand Prix, Giancarlo Fisichella. Let's wait for all the drivers to go into Parc Ferme now. We shall see the classified results. Alesi did indeed finish in front of Bertie, which will further increase the lead of... No, we've further reduced the lead of BAR, sorry. We shall get it right eventually. Michael Schumacher finishes in 9th, just outside of the points for the Ferrari. The other Ferrari of Barrichello finishing in 19th place. Only one retirement this race with Marco Webber. But he was lapped at the end, in the end. De La Rosa finishing in 10th. He still on 4 points. Diniz is outdoing his more veteran teammates. You'd have to say it's a pretty disappointing race for Toyota in the end. Of a race of not punished so much with how Alonso qualified. Maybe they were on a wet setup. Who knows? I'm still trying to do the rest of the standings, but the standings are going that fast I can't really tell who's where. We're going down towards trying to get the Kagi. Then Alonso was third at one point and just dropped off the pace after his first pit stop. So it's Montoya 14th. It's been really disappointing, Montoya, since he won the title. Young 15th. Now, the next race is somewhere, I think, it's Italy. But Young wasn't 15th, Hakkinen was 15th. Young was 16th. Anyway, next race is Italy, I believe. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the Brazilian Grand Prix. It was Frentzen with the fastest lap of the race. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.